Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie and I'm your host for today's show. It's been a long time since we're back on the air. It's been 2 weeks due to the international break. So firstly, I'm happy to be back and thank you guys for tuning in today as well. A lot of games have happened in the last few days. So we've had the Champions League as well as Match Week 30 that took place last weekend. So let's crack on with the Champions League quarterfinals. So I think there is no other place to start but the first game that was played, which is Real Madrid and Liverpool. So if you tuned into the last episode, you probably thought I was a bit too overconfident regarding my prediction for the first match. Probably have to take some of my words back there because, yeah, we just didn't perform during this fixture. It was quite a disappointing performance, especially in the first half an hour, I would say, by the Reds. We practically gifted the goals to the Madrid team. The first goal itself, great pass by Cruz. You know, we've seen Cruz play fantastically over the years. He's a masterclass when it comes to passing. And Vinicius capitalized from the long pass that Cruz provided, and they took the lead. Poor defending. I think Nathaniel Phillips and Kabak were kind of, exposed during this match, maybe due to playing a better level opposition. So, a lot of people have been saying how fantastic they have been last few weeks, which, I have to agree they have been. But, this is Real Madrid, so it kind of showed that they're not quite up to this level, in my opinion. The second goal itself, mistake by Trent, unfortunately, that led to a clearance that put Asensio through on goal, who just lifted the ball over Alisson. A lot of negative, press as well, because it's coming from the media, but also just fans in general regarding Trent, especially in the past week. Firstly, due to being not included in the England squad during the international break, but also at the same time, where he had a fantastic game against Arsenal in the Premier League, which I'll speak about in more detail later on. And, people will say, oh, how fantastic he is and all that sort of stuff. And then against Real Madrid, he makes one mistake. And then now he's like the worst right back when it comes to defending in world football. So for me, a lot of the reactionary fans and pundits on TV as well, it's just ridiculous. I think, stick to what you believe about the player. We all know he's world class. We all know he's one of the best right backs in the world. He is going to have games where he might be exposed defensively. But at the end of the day, he's still a top player. Every defender gets exposed at some point of time. Look at all the top fullbacks from back in the day. Your Roberto Carlos's, your Cafu's, they used to get exposed all the time. So it's a bit unfair to kind of justify him as a bad defender or a bad player overnight. So I thought that was a crazy reaction from a lot of fans, and in particular pundits on TV as well, who are probably more United biased, but it is what it is, sort of thing in regards to that. But the first half itself, let's be brutally honest, we were awful. Our midfield was really, really shocking. We've just got a comment here from Mental Health Guy. Was Southgate right for dropping him? Me personally, I don't think he was. The reasons he gave in the press conference as well, for me, just didn't justify it, because he was saying it was based on form. But he selected players like Trippier, who I believe just made an appearance recently, has also had a 10-match ban due to some sort of gambling issue that he had, that the FA had banned him for, whatnot. So there were players in the team, and Kyle Walker as well. So there's players in the team that haven't been playing well. Trent has actually improved in the last month. I think from January to Feb, the whole team itself, Liverpool, weren't really playing great, and he was the same as well. But I don't think that was justified with not him being included. Me personally, and I couldn't care less too much about the England setup. I'm more focused on Liverpool. So, but I do understand that for him personally, it probably hurt his pride a little bit not to be included. End of the day, he just needs to focus on his own performance, doing well for Liverpool. And, if he gets selected for England, it's fantastic. If not, just get geared up for next season, because we've got another season to coming up in August in a few months' time, where we really need to get back into action, because this season hasn't been a success, despite how it ends, to be honest with you. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. But back to the game, the first half itself, Naby Keita. So I might be getting a bit of abuse online based on my opinion here, but I think that performance is a reflection of his time at Liverpool. Just not good enough. His passing is not great. Loses the ball very easily. He seems to have lost a bit of speed as well. Normally, from what I remember when I saw him play for Red Bull Leipzig, he was quite energetic. He had that burst of speed when he would dribble, and he's just lost it. I know he's had a consistent level of injuries in the last couple of years, but unfortunately for me, I think his time at the club is more or less finished. If I was the club owners, I would probably look to move him on and bring in someone that gives that attacking edge in midfield that we've lacked, that creativity, someone who can score goals as well from midfield. So like a Aouar from Lyon or a DePaul from Udinese. So those are the type of players we've been linked to recently, and I think they'd be great fits for the club as well. But yeah, for me, I haven't been impressed with Naby. He does have good performances here and there, but for me, it's not consistent enough. And his injury record as well, he can't be relied upon. So yeah, that's just my views on that. I will be doing an episode soon regarding Liverpool's transfer activities, or I'll just give my kind of thoughts on what I think Liverpool should do in this summer, based on one of our viewers who came on a couple of weeks ago, asked me to do an episode. So look out for that. That should be coming out next week or so. But back to the game itself, second half, Liverpool played a lot better, to be fair. Great play between Wijnaldum and Jota that led to the Salah goal. At that point, it was vital that whoever got the next goal, for me, possibly determined the tie. And unfortunately, Mane had a chance on goal, 62nd minute, but he just couldn't get the end of it. And Vinicius scored his second goal of the game. Modric squared the ball to him, and it was a bit of a tame effort on goal, to be fair. I think maybe Alisson should have done a bit better, but yeah, it was just one of those shots where I think luck was on their side. But I'll be brutally honest, I don't see Liverpool challenging the second leg next week. I think it's Real Madrid's tie. I know on paper it's at Anfield and all that sort of stuff, but there's no crowd. The crowd is what gives the team the energy. They're the 12th man when we play these important European nights. There is no crowd. There is no atmosphere. I'm not actually sure if it will be played in Anfield. There is talks that it might be played in Hungary again. So we've had a good record there. So I wouldn't mind that, to be fair. But yeah, as much of an optimistic fan I can be regarding Liverpool, I don't see us doing anything, unfortunately. We struggled to score 1 or 2 goals. I know we beat Arsenal 3-0 last week, but we're just not the same team right now. So I don't feel like we have it in us to cement a challenge or to win the tie, unfortunately. But, football's a strange game sometimes, so we'll see how it goes next week. But on to the next tie, Man City and Dortmund. So this was an interesting game. The first goal itself, mistake by Chan, who lost the ball in possession, gave the ball away, and City were on the attack. Mario squared it to Kevin De Bruyne, who finishes clinically. What do we expect more from Kevin De Bruyne? Fantastic midfield performance from him. And another midfielder that stood out for me was Bellingham for Dortmund. He caught my eye in the previous tie against Sevilla. He was phenomenal in the second leg for that fixture. And he's continued his form onwards. Fantastic player. Great potential, has a great future ahead of him, in my opinion. Unfortunately, got a goal disallowed. So he was free on goal, pretty much pressed Ederson and got the ball fairly off him and hit the ball in the empty back of the net. But it was ruled as a foul and he got a yellow card for it as well. For me, it's a shocking decision considering it went to VAR as well. Quite disappointed to see. First goal, I believe it would have been in the Champions League for him as well. So that was taken away from him. So yeah, poor refereeing there, unfortunately. Not nice to see, but VAR is it's the day and age right now, isn't it? Dortmund definitely challenged City during this game. Haaland had a chance 1-on-1, good save by Edison, but they got the equalizer through Marco Reus, who's fantastic curler. Top finish from him, quality player over the years, as I'm sure we've seen play for Dortmund. But then City were able to get a late equalizer from Phil Foden, who had a fantastic game. So, excuse me. So, fantastic game overall. I still believe City are favourites to go through, but it's 2-1, so you never know. Dortmund can't be ruled out completely here, so it is an open tie. But I just feel like City will have the quality and edge to win the second leg there. Now, this match was a fantastic game to watch. Two European giants playing at a great level with so much drive and intensity. Back-to-back attacks, literally like playing playground football. It was a great for the neutrals to watch. Full of goals. So Mbappe opens the score sheet for PSG. Great drive by Neymar. So Neymar was playing in a different position here, playing as a number 10. And I think it really suited him because he wasn't man-marked at all. He kind of had the freedom to play around the field, and it really suited the way PSG were attacking. So, excuse me. So, yeah, great drive by Neymar, who put Mbappe through and hit the shot right-hand side. Keeper maybe could have done better as it just went underneath him, but we'll give the attacker the benefit of the doubt there. Second goal itself, great ball by Neymar. Lovely first touch and finish by Marquinhos. That was a striker's finish. But unfortunately, he was injured 2 minutes later. Hopefully, it's not a lengthy one. I'm not sure what the case is there, but hopefully we'll see him in the second leg next week. And then Bayern Munich. Excuse me, Bayern Munich got the goal through Choupo-Moting. So a player that's ridiculed a little bit online because he played for Stoke and he played for PSG and then has moved to Bayern Munich. For me, I've always thought like he's a decent player. So, and fantastic player to have as a backup for Lewandowski. Obviously, he's not going to be the same level, but he still offers those sort of traits where he holds the ball really well, has an aerial presence, and he took his goal really well. Great leap and header. So that put Bayern Munich back in the game. Neymar had a chance through on goal, saved by the keeper. Excuse me, sorry guys. So the Bayern Munich second goal itself, great free kick by Kimmich. A lovely guided header by Müller. Müller is just one of those players where he's just underrated. Like, I love watching him over the years. He always gets the goals at like the crucial point as well. And this was no different because this helped Bayern Munich equalize. But then we had Mbappe through on goal. Great control on the ball and then hit the shot near post with great power. Fantastic goal. That was like one of my favorite goals of the game. If you watched the last episode, I predicted that PSG will be going through. So my money is still on PSG to go through. But nevertheless, it was an exciting game to watch and, showed why we love the Champions League so much. It was a fantastic game. And then the final Champions League game, Porto and Chelsea. So on paper, people would have thought Porto is the easy fixture. But, because they knocked out Juventus, you couldn't really rule them out. But Chelsea were fantastic during this fixture. And their first goal itself, what a goal. Lovely turn by Mason Mount and a quality finish from the right-hand side of the area. Fantastic. He's been in great form as well for Chelsea, so really good to see. But Porto, they really tried as well. So they had a couple of chances. One in particular for Marega, where the goalkeeper saved it. And Luis Diaz had a shot, just went wide. But Ben Chilwell, not sure what he was doing at the other end of the pitch, but made a great run through on goal. and went around the goalkeeper and scored a goal. Important goal for Chelsea there. Great play by the fullback. So I think Chelsea performed really well during this fixture, and 2-0 up, great advantage. So I can definitely see them going through without any issues whatsoever. Now back on to our bread and butter, their Premier League. So I was just saying Chelsea played well and had a great win here. This was the surprising result of the whole match week. Really, really surprised with this result, to be fair. Chelsea started well with Alonso hitting a free kick that hit the post, and Pulisic finished the rebound. So I believe that was Pulisic's first start in a while for Tuchel. And then I think the pivotal point of the game was the red card for Thiago Silva, second bookable offence. For me, it was the right decision. Rush challenge on the West Brom player there. But West Brom after that looked like a different team, like Barcelona. They were just playing some stunning football, to be fair. Johnston, the goalkeeper, with a great looping pass, got an assist for himself there. Hit it towards Pereira, lobbed the keeper. What a goal. Pereira, a fantastic game. I feel like if West Brom are to get relegated, a lot of teams will be after him next in the summer. He has fantastic ability on the ball, great left foot, but has great creativity about him as well. So, yeah, a player to look out for next year as well, I think. And then second goal for West Ham was from Pereira as well. Dribbles into the box, sweetly finished it in quick fashion as well. Didn't waste time at all. And then Robinson scored some great goals. The first one, half volley, smashed into the back of the net. Great cross by Furlong there. And then the fourth goal as well. They were just on a rampant mood at West Brom. They were just not holding back. Pereira places the ball for Diagne, who finishes it with a side foot. Chelsea managed to get another goal, which was quite evident in terms of Werner's confidence, because he was presented with a square ball, should have shot, but held the ball a bit more and squared it up to Mason Mount, who finished from point blank. So got the second goal there, but Pereira for the fifth goal dinks it. Through ball to Robinson, who dinks it over the keeper. Fantastic finish there. So West Brom played some fantastic football there. Chelsea, first defeat for Tuchel in the Premier League. But it happens when you have 10 men. It's just one of those things. I know a lot of Chelsea fans were quite disappointed with the performance afterwards, but these things happen. Every team this season has lost unexpectedly to a team that they shouldn't have lost, and in big fashion. So Liverpool to Aston Villa. Don't want to remind myself of that too much. United lost to Tottenham in big fashion as well. So it happens. It's just been one of those seasons where you will get that weird, unexpected result. So, but this fixture, because it was played as one of the first games in match week 30, it definitely opened the doors for other teams to make sure they got the wins for the top four race, which I'll cover more during the episode. But currently, Chelsea are fifth, only 1 point behind West Ham. So it's not a big setback, but I still believe they have a strong chance to claim top four. So, we've got 8 more games after this. This would be interesting to see how the season pans out for the top four challenge. Speaking of top four, Leicester City versus Man City, 2-0 to City there. So another dominant performance by Man City there. A surprise goal scorer for Man City with Benjamin Mendy scoring with a right foot finish as well, which was a strange, but good goal from him. The second goal, great pass by Kevin De Bruyne to Jesus, who passes to Sterling. Sterling, I thought would have shot, but squared it back to Jesus, and he finished it clinically in front of goal. So Mahrez could have got the third goal later on, but hit wide against his former club there. But nevertheless, a great win for Man City. Another defeat for top four challengers. So, the race is certainly heating up. So this added more emphasis for the next team, which is Liverpool, to make sure they win this game if they want to cement any kind of challenge for the top four. And right now, they did that. They did that against Arsenal. For me, I was a little bit disappointed with Arsenal's performance. They didn't really show much whatsoever. They didn't really attack. Didn't have really any urgency or any drive in their midfield in particular. It was a very lackluster performance. But from a Liverpool perspective, very dominant performance. We weren't troubled by Arsenal during the game whatsoever. Liverpool had a couple of chances in the first half. Shots from Firmino and Milner, but fortunately they couldn't capitalise. Second half was a lot better. Trent with a fantastic whipped cross, and Jota with the header. Jota looked like a man possessed because he had such a great international week for Portugal where he was scoring goals left, right and centre. I think he believed he should have started this game, but sometimes it's a good thing to kind of play that aggression. It does bring out the best out of some players. So, and he definitely used his aggression the right way here. So the second goal, fantastic play by Firmino, who I thought one of the standout performers for Liverpool during this fixture. Great threaded ball to Salah, who skips past Gabriel. Gabriel could have challenged Salah there, but it probably would have given a penalty away there. And Salah in front of goal, slots it nicely between Leno's legs. Fantastic goal. Great goal by Salah there. And then the third goal, Jota scores. And great finish from him there as well. Like I said, played with a lot of aggression there. So Mane had the ball there. I thought Mane should have probably scored, but he's just not as confident in front of goal as he has been for a couple of years. I think he's down to probably tiredness and confidence right now. And it's just not happening for him at the minute. So you could tell because I thought he would have scored, but then Jota just came in and just capitalized from there. So yeah, fantastic finishes by Jota there. Mental health guy just commented saying it is amazing how many headers Jota wins. It's actually very true because looking at him, he doesn't have that kind of commanding presence, but he scores a lot of goals with his head. I'm very intrigued to see what the summer pans out for Liverpool because a lot of talks that we need a striker, but we've got Jota who seems to play really well in the central area. Could he be the man that leads the line for us next season? So who knows? Let me know in the comments as well what you think, Liverpool fans. I think that's an interesting topic there. But overall, Liverpool, with this performance, I was really pleased. We're 3 points away from fourth spot. So still a lot to play for, as it didn't seem the case of, I'd say, about a month or maybe a couple of months ago. But important win for us. Now we have to make sure we continue our winning form into our next fixture, which is against Villa. So I'm sure we'd like to get the upper hand based on what happened previously earlier on in the season. As that's something we'd like to forget as Liverpool fans. But yeah, great win for Liverpool there. Next fixture, Newcastle and Tottenham. A lot of goals in this game. Firstly, fantastic finish by Joelinton, who probably was a surprise goal scorer there, but presented a great start for Newcastle there. But unfortunately, probably like a few minutes later, defensive error between a defender and goalkeeper, and Kane capitalized and scored from like 2 yards. And then moments later, scored another goal to give Spurs the lead. So at that point, I'm probably thinking Newcastle may have got deflated there and accepted the loss. But they dug in and did really well. They were trying to get that equaliser. And it's the Arsenal man, Willock, who grabs the late equaliser to break the hearts of a lot of Spurs fans. I saw a lot of reactions online regarding this, the ending of this game. Yeah, Spurs fans, I understand how you're feeling because it's like you're not sure what team will turn up. Sometimes you play really well, sometimes it's like really pants. So it's the inconsistency. I feel like probably doesn't help when you're watching your team. But Spurs are 6th right now, so same points with Liverpool, 3 points away from 4th. Still a lot to play, but the question is the form. So if they're able to play with some consistency, you never know. They could challenge for the top 4, but it's interesting because a lot of teams are challenging for the 4th spot. So as a neutral, I'm just intrigued to see how that finishes. But a big point for Newcastle. So well done to them. Great performance from the team. It could actually help their season for survival. So we'll see how important this point is going down the line. Next fixture, Manchester United versus Brighton. So great start for former Manchester United striker Danny Welbeck. Great cross by Morpay, who heads it in on target, saved by the keeper, but wasn't able to catch the ball. So Welbeck got the rebound there. The equaliser itself, great through ball by Bruno. And Rashford finished it fantastically in the bottom corner from the left-hand side. Now, one of the debatable moments in this game was the penalty shout with Maguire fouling Welbeck, where Maguire practically clipped Welbeck's ankle from behind. For me, blatant penalty. I don't know what VAR are thinking there. Clearly fouling from behind. Affected his run because he did get a touch of the ball, but not a strong enough touch for it to go inside the box or inside the goal, sorry. Poor decision by VAR again, favouring Manchester United. So no agenda here, but it seems like United always get these decisions, close decisions when it comes with VAR. But nevertheless, Greenwood grabbed the winner there. Sanchez and White, for me, should have done a better job to clear the ball. But lucky win for United. And I think at this stage, they'll be happy with the win and their position in the league because they're pretty much solid second right now. I don't see Leicester 6-point gap, I believe it is. So it's not, unless they have some bad games further down the line, I don't see that position being in danger for United. So a good win for them there. Final fixture, which was an important one, based on Chelsea, Leicester dropping points, and Liverpool gaining some momentum there as well, and Tottenham drawing. The pressure was on West Ham to get the win there, and they managed to do it. So the first goal, fantastic goal by Lingard. Great run from the halfway line, dribbled through with great energy, finished it clinically with his left foot. So great start for the Hammers there. And then secondly, great work from Lingard again. He kept the ball in very cleverly. And then Musaka crossed the ball to Fornals, who finished in front of goal. So 2-0 up there. Great start for West Ham. They were able to get the third goal as well through another great play by Lingard, who presented the through ball to Bowen, who finished it with a powerful shot that hit the near post. Probably keeper should have done a bit better, but let's give the attacker the benefit of the doubt there. So Wolves probably felt deflated at the time, but they had a better second half. Adama Traore, great one from the left-hand side. Cross to Dendonka, who produced a great bullet header there. Neto had a chance in front of goal where pretty much an open goal and just hit it wide, which is a bit surprising coming from him. But he was able to provide a through ball to Fabio Silva, who finished clinically from a tight angle. So maybe Wolves could have got the point there, but nevertheless, West Ham are leading the charge right now for that 4th spot. They are currently 52 points. So 1 point away from Chelsea, who are 5th. So all to play for, to be fair. But they've had a great season so far. So it's intriguing to see how their season ends. But so many teams challenging. So the race is certainly heating up for top 4. But we'll see how the coming weeks pan out for the teams there. So mental health guy just sent a comment. Does Manchester United want Lingard back, or are they open to selling him? So I believe when he was initially loaned out in January, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say that he will come back and return as a Manchester United player. If I was Lingard, I'd probably sort of gear for more of a loan move again with West Ham for like another year, maybe. If he still wants to remain within the Man United setup, he's a local boy, so I'm sure he does. But because of what's happened with his personal life and stuff, maybe a breakaway from Manchester United is good for him. But I would certainly say to him that I feel like a loan move to West Ham again next season would be the best for him in terms of his career. Manchester United still have the option to have him return back after 1 year. It depends on Manchester United. If they'd rather sell him, make some money out of him, and possibly have a buyback clause as well, that's an option. But I think for Lingard, he needs to be playing football. And being at West Ham right now, he's literally the star man. So that suits him as well. I think he thrives on that pressure and actually performs really well. So for me, he has to stay at West Ham. That would be my advice to him. United, on the other hand, it's a position where I believe they will be trying to strengthen next season. So, reports of Rafinha, Jadon Sancho, who play in the same position as him. So if one of those type of players were to be signed, it will limit his chances. Plus, they've got that youngster as well, Traore, that they signed from Atalanta, who looks really good, by the way, when he's playing for the under-23s. So, yeah, I don't think the path is clear for him to get back into that United team. So I think the best move for him would be to stay at West Ham or join another club at that similar level. But I think West Ham's a good fit for him. And he seems to have hit really well with the team, with his teammates. So, yeah, that would be my advice to him there. Now we can do my segment that I do every week, Team of the Week. So, let's present it here for you guys. So, I've gone for Johnston in goal, probably simply due to having an assist. It's not common that a goalkeeper has an assist. So, that's why I've got excuse me. That's why I've got him there. I've got 3 defenders there. So I've got Mendy, based on scoring the goal, I guess. Diaz, fantastic performance against Leicester City there. Really commanding presence. Made a great dishing tackle against Tielemans. That was an important phase of the game where if that was a goal, might have changed the spectrum there. So that's why I've added him to the team. Trent Alexander-Arnold, for me, had a fantastic performance. Very dominant. Great end product. A lot of crosses with good quality during the game. And defended really well as well. So that's why I've got him in my team there. My midfield, Pereira, star of the week. Hands down. Fantastic. 2 goals, 2 assists. Yeah, fantastic performance from Pereira there. Fabinho, for me, was very dominant against Arsenal. And I feel like it's good to see him playing back in his natural position. As well as a great job he did in defence, midfield is where you really see him having an impact in the team. So he has been missed in midfield. So another great performance from him. Kevin De Bruyne, for me, great overall play. Help assist with both of the goals. They're pivotal in the way Man City play. Another great performance from him this week. Trezeguet grabbed 2 goals for his team there, 2 up with a 3-1 victory. Yeah, great goals from him. My front 3, Jota, didn't start the game, but made a great impact with 2 goals. Robertson, for me, had the best collection of goals there. Probably debatable regarding him and Kane. But I've gone with Robinson because I feel like his goals were really good. And considering how West Brom played, I feel like he deserves to be my team of the week there. And finally, I've got Lingard on the right. Pretty much had a big hand in those 3 goals for West Ham. And it's just the star man right now with West Ham. And it's just everything goes through him. And I feel like he's breathing confidence as weeks are going on. So fully deserves to be my team of the week there. So now we can, before we wrap up, I can give you an update on our fantasy league. So it's actually not game week 29, it's game week 30. So I've got that wrong there. But the manager of the week is myself. For the first time, I've been manager of the week. So I managed to get 79 points, which I'm really happy about. So well done to me. Well done to me there. But yeah, I'm not doing really well in the league. I want to climb up a bit more. So we'll see how that goes. But yep, shout out to myself. Fantastic performance there. Before we wrap up the show, quick preview of match week 31. So this is a big game, West Ham and Leicester City, because if West Ham get the win here, that would add the gap between the other challenges. This is such a tough one because West Ham got the win last week. City have been in good form. Obviously, they lost to the current leaders right now. I'd probably go for a Leicester win. I think Leicester might just nick it. So I'm going for a 2-1 win for Leicester. But you never know. I think it could go either way. I just feel like Leicester City might have just a bit more of an edge to claim the win there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I think if it was a draw, it'll probably spice up the top four challenge even more. But we'll see how that goes. Next one is Tottenham versus Manchester United. So I'm sure Manchester United would like to get some revenge based on the last result earlier in the season, 6-1 defeat. This one, I'll be honest, I think United will win. Tottenham have just been in awful form. Really, really bad form. I don't see it having a lot of goals in this game. I'd probably go for a 1-0 to Manchester United. I think they'll just probably score early and then play defensively throughout the game, which probably won't help Tottenham's challenge for top four there. But they're just not in a good moment right now, to be fair. And I'm not sure what team to expect. But that's my prediction there. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. I know it was a bit of a late one and sort of a sporadic one as well because I didn't really mention that I was doing an episode today. So if you're watching me, thank you for joining the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. The next episode will be taking place next Friday, 16th of April at 10 p.m. So we'll round up the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals as well as match week 31. So we'll see if there's any more surprises regarding results or league positions for some of the teams. So it'll be hopefully another interesting week of football for us to discuss next week. But guys, thank you for tuning in again, and I shall see you very soon. Take care and stay safe.